All right, so they wound up obviously having to make a change with Garrett out, and yet everybody came alive. Seemed like everybody it was in on it. You had Vernon had 3 sacks in the game, and the Browns wound up with 5 sacks defensively in the game on Sunday. And here you see Olivier Vernon, 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 tackles, and 1.5 sacks for Adrian Claiborne. Ogunjobi winds up with 3 tackles, and Sheldon Richardson with 4 tackles and 2 quarterback hits. We haven't heard these guys' names very much all season, but they came alive on Sunday.
Yeah, they did, and that's what they needed to do. That's exactly what they were expected to do. Defensive line coach Chris Kiffin on Friday, when we talked to him, he said somebody's got to step up with Myles out. He was the one that was always coming through with that game-changing, game-wrecking play. Well, they were going to need somebody else to play that role, and Olivier Vernon was one of the guys that stepped up and played the role of Myles Garrett and kind of wrecked that game. Got the sack for the safety that made it 12-7 there in the third quarter. So they did what they needed to do. And, this was an offensive line that had already given up a league-high 35 sacks. Carson Wentz has been sacked 40 times now. For comparison's sake, Baker Mayfield has only been sacked 15 times this season.
Wow.
I mean, that tells you the major difference between what's going on. Now, Carson Wentz is holding the ball too long, too. So there are some issues. There are problems.
Well, he also wasn't
the
looking.
scheme.
There were some guys wide open, but he was looking the other way. So I'm not sure what their
Yeah,
problem is.
yeah. There are some issues. There are some issues there, but they have some injuries and different things like that. He's holding the ball too long. He's throwing a lot of interceptions. He came in with a league high 12, left with a league high 14. Came in with a league high 35 sacks, left with 40. But the Browns defense did what they needed to do.
Right.
They got 2 interceptions. They got the 5 sacks. They did everything that they needed to do to win that game, especially in a driving rain. And here they are at 7-3.